Hey there, ladies and gents, Pops here, and welcome. I am very glad to say to Saxlingham, complete with boy racers. This is a brand new map out by Farm Sim Briscoe, and it's up there. It's a work of art. Congratulations to Farm Sim Briscoe. This is a wonderful piece of work, and I think will be loved by many. We are going to do a little bit of a series on this, so let me take you for a very quick guided tour of this particular corner of the map and let you know where we're at and what we are doing. So first of all, this is our little starter home. So there is good news and there is bad news to be had. One of the bits of good news is that we have this lovely little house which is being lent to us, rented to us, one of the two, let's say. Right, Pops, drive on the left, drive on the left. You know how to do this. This is what you do every day of your life. Drive on the left. We're going to have a quick look in here. Now then, new farmer mode. This is where you will start and this is what you will own. Unfortunately for me, turn the engine off. I'm not quite that lucky. This has all been repossessed. This currently, listen to those bird sounds, it's beautiful. This currently all belongs to the bank, and one of our missions in life here is going to be to get this back. This all belonged to us, now it doesn't, it's all empty. But we want this back. So that's the major bit of bad news. There is more good news and there is more bad news. Let's have a little jump on the bike and we will go for a little ride. This incidentally, if you really wanted to, you can sit yourself on this road here on Google Maps and you can see how perfect a rendition of reality this is. This is very much a real place just south of Norwich in Norfolk, England, UK, and is extremely familiar terrain to me. In real life, this real place is in the next county over from where I live. Not very far at all. Right, we are going to go up this road. We are heading directly south now. I think this is the A140 Norwich Road, if anybody's particularly interested. We have a dealership. But more importantly for our purposes, if we come around here, boy races again. We can come into this area. In here is the good news. Now the good news is, when they repossessed the farm, they didn't repossess the equipment. all of this belongs to us, including the building plot itself, the bit of land. Now there's obviously nothing on that land. We don't own any buildings, any productions, any animal type scenarios, but we own this bit of land and we own this bit of kit. We have £10,000 in the bank. Let's just have a quick walk around, and this is a super piece of machinery. Obviously European connection, there's a lot of class going on, as is the dealership. So we've got combine header on a trailer, nice big header. We have trailer, cultivator, baler, sprayer, fertilizer, seeder, plough, forage wagon, 2 tractors. So we've got the 180 horsepower Class Ariane, and we've got the New Holland, which is a very healthy 271 horsepower. And we have, because you always have to have a little toy in life, we have one of these. Just because why wouldn't you? I love it. And one of the reasons I love it is this. Have a listen. Tis a thing of beauty. Okay, so good news all round here. We have something to work with. We have our 10 grand in the bank. So even if we need to initially invest something small, we do have a little bit of money. Of course we have our trusty bike, which if you've ever seen anything or anything recent that I've done, the bike goes everywhere with us. What else do we have? Well, let's have a look at the PDA. So here we are. Here is the storage area we are currently stood in. So this is all of our equipment. This is the plot that belongs to us, which we may well be able to build on. There are other items shown on here. They're not ours. They belong to the dealership, aren't usable by us, but for some reason show up as owned items. They're not, unfortunately, because there are 3 nice big harvesters, a big tractor, a cultivator, a baler, and various lovely things there. So ignore those. Back up the way we came from. This is the farm that we used to own and we now don't. These are the fields which used to go with that farm, and again we don't own them anymore. All we own, and we don't really own it, somebody else does and they rent it to us, but is the house. So we have a sleep trigger, we have a wardrobe trigger, we have somewhere to lay our weary head. So the only other thing we own, and this again is good news, bad news, is there a field? There is a field down here, field number 2. We technically own this field. The good news is it is full of wheat, and it is full of wheat that is ready to harvest. The bad news is the bank have given us until the end of August, at which point they are going to be repossessing this field, and that 400,000 or just under 400,000 will pay off the final debt of the farm. So once we give them back this field, we will owe nothing to anybody. So the good news, we can get the crop off here. The bad news, come the end of the month, this is gone. It won't be ours. We'll be back to having no land at all. So that will be our starting point. No land, no buildings, but a decent amount of equipment. And our mission will be to, as usual, build an empire until we get bored. I'd quite like to buy back the family farm, get some fields. There is a very nice farm down here. Maybe that's where we'll go, and there are other farms dotted around. Animal dealer and various points up here. Again, another farm, and down here we have grain, farmers market, products warehouse, etc. We'll have a proper look around all of this because it is beautiful. Again, shout out to Mr. Briscoe. Grain mill in the middle there. It's very simple. There is not a lot to it. It is very, very beautiful. It looks beautiful. It sounds beautiful, but it's not over encumbered with productions, towns, everything else. It is a classic Norfolk country estate type farming scenario. These things are like this in real life, as indeed this is in real life. So just a quick look at how we've got it set up. This is all very normal and straightforward. Real time. Set it on easy for the moment. Let's just give ourselves a chance to get started. Traffic is on, seasonal growth is on, 1 day months to start off with. Let's hope it doesn't snow. Crop destruction is on. Periodic ploughing and fieldstone off. Fieldstone because it's the world's biggest pain in the backside. Live weeds and disaster on. Automatic engine start is of course very firmly off. Why that isn't the default, I don't know. Everything else is as you'd expect. We don't want AI workers getting too smart with our money. In terms of how we are going to survive and get our empire started, obviously we're going to be very reliant on contracting. There is, to say the least, a healthy amount of contracts to be had. It is August, so that is definitely going to be the case. Harvesting. And we have the harvesting equipment. These are decent sized contracts, and obviously what we can do is, if we don't want to use our own equipment, for £1,000 we could take on, well, we could take on the items from one of these contracts and actually use it for all of them if we wanted to. There are also mowing contracts which are quite lucrative. So mowing and harvesting, I think, is going to be the way forward in August. So that is what we're going to set ourselves to. First of all, of course, we've got a job to do on field number 2 before the bank come and repossess it. So let's get started with the job at hand. We need harvester and header, obviously. I've got nowhere to store anything, so we are literally just it's a really rubbish time of year to be doing this, but we are going to just be selling the wheat. I was going to bale it, but there's no. Again, we need the money. So actually, what we're going to take down there is the forage wagon, the harvester. We're going to harvest. We're going to get the straw off. We'll obviously need the trailer for the grain. Let's get all that down to the field first of all, because if we don't, we'll end up running it over. Let's move the bike. move the bike to, I think we'll fondly call Pop's Play Corner. Love this car. Okay. Oh, get out of it. Not time to play now. Let's get this equipment down to the field. Beacons on. Remember to put your beacons on. Drive on the left. Drive on the left. Remember to drive on the left. Watch out for the Norfolk boy racers. Here we go. Oops. Good start. Oh my word. Just going to leave this in the lay-by for the moment to give ourselves a bit more space. The field that we are looking at is the one directly in front of us there. Let's dump that. We will go and get the harvester, the header and the trailer down here. Jeez. Where they're all... It's like a fast car meet going on. Where is the old Bill when you need him? Okay. I'll get this stuff moved and I will be back with you in a second. Okay, the forage wagon, the grain trailer are on the left hand side here in the lay-by. Where we can come back for them in a moment. The header is here on the right. Hopefully in a position where we can pretty much just grab it. There is a bit of a verge there. Ooh. Yep, like that. Wasn't pretty, but it did the job. Backwards, Pops, backwards. Right, let's get this all set up. And ready to go. This is a bumpy field. I am going to be rather seasick by the time this is finished. We need to go and get our trailer. This is our first load complete. Let him do his cutting. And let's find the trailer. Just going to run this in from the opposite end of the field. Whoop, stay on the path. Try and avoid the swath so that we're not squashing it down. That pipe is a bit longer than I was expecting it to be. There we go. This combine is huge. We're going to have to, this AI worker is going to be very keen about setting off again, so we're going to have to get out of the way pretty quick. We certainly don't want to be damaging any of the crop, so can we just go straight out here? There's a bit of a bump, but probably in reality the answer to that was no. So that's 2/3 full. Let's leave that there a second. We may as well bring the forage wagon into play. Just gonna leave that there until the harvester's done its first pass and created a bit more space for us. Like so. So we now got full load of both wheat and straw. So wheat, we will take it to the farmers market. It is a terrible time of year to be doing this, but we do need the money in the bank, and we'll make up for it on the contracting side of things. We just need to get this harvest off the field. So farmers market it is for the wheat, and likewise for the straw. So it's going to be a couple of trips to get these first two emptied at the farmers market. By the time we get back, the harvester is going to be full again. So farmers market is not. Blimey, rev that engine. Combine is full already. Will you quit it with the engines? So get here in front of us is actually the edge of the map. We can't go any further down there. So let's pull in here. And let's have a little bit of an investigate. Can hear a helicopter. Right, so what have we got? Hello, ma'am. Warehouse point. Okay, bales and pallets. This is where we want to be. This is for the silo. This will do for loose straw and grain, I hope. What else have we got down here? Another silo. Okay. I need to put a little bit of investigation into the area. Find out where all these helicopters are coming from. Let's see at the current dismal prices how much a trailer load of grain gets us. $17,000. You know what? That is not bad, seeing as though it was 1.5 laps of the headland that filled that trailer up. Let's get this back. Get the harvester emptied so it's running again. Get the straw down here. So 17,000 for the grain. Let's see how much a forage wagon full of straw is worth. Nothing, because there's no trigger. So does it go... does it go where the bales would go? Please be yes, because otherwise... yeah, I don't know where to put you if the answer's no to that. £4,000. It all adds at the pot at this stage. Right, I am going to get this field done. Oops. I think given the boy races, I am going to have to be very careful with my driving and maybe put a little bit more effort into doing it properly. Let's get this field done. I'll see you when it's all finished. So here we have the very last bit of straw, just under half a load. So now we need to start getting everything back to the yard. Whoop. Then we can take stock, see what our final money is. We've still got a part load of grain to come down, so it's going to go up a little bit from what it is now. I'm hopeful the field will have made us 100,000. Very healthy. Of course, we do need to remember the field effectively no longer belongs to us. Let's get this up to the yard. The final load of grain is a 2/3 trailer full. Okay, let's see what sort of money we're looking at. Right, we started with just under 10 grand, so very happy with that. 107 to the better. Good start. Let's get this parked up. So there we go, ladies and gents, everything's safely back in the yard. Let's not speak too soon, I've actually stopped yet. It's never totally safe if I'm in charge of a moving piece of machinery. Let's turn it off. So, contracting it is next then, but that is for another day. For now, thank you very much for sticking with me. I am loving this. Thank you to Farm Sim Briscoe. I think we're going to have some fun on this. But for the meantime, be good. Stay safe. I'll see you all very soon. And we're just going to have a listen to this one more time.